Hey, what is good guys? Montell Gordon here, aka The Last Pariah, bringing you a brand new video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the 6, 7 or 8 things you really need to have in order to start your dropshipping business. A beginner's checklist basically. There's multiple ways to go out there and do Shopify. This video isn't designed to show you how to do your marketing, how to build your store, or any of that sort of stuff. Those type of videos are underway. This video is going to be all about what you need in order to go out there and actually start dropshipping. Again, it's a checklist, a beginner's full checklist. I think that this is going to help you guys out a ton. I hope it does, because it's going to show you what you really need in order to start your dropshipping business. Without any further ado, let's jump straight into this checklist. Number 1 on this checklist is probably the most important part, and that is having the right mindset. I know this sounds cliche, but without the right mindset, you cannot even begin to start a business. It took me a whole 6 months to change my mindset, because I've been brought up in an environment where business is seen as super risky and that you shouldn't do it because it will probably fail. And if it doesn't fail, you can't really make enough money to make a living out of it. If you don't have the right mindset with business, you are going to fail pretty quick. I think it's really important to mention that if you're jumping into Shopify dropshipping thinking it's some sort of get rich quick scheme, you have already lost, because this is a real business. It takes time, patience, energy and skill to master. If you come into this business with that sort of mind frame, you're going to fail pretty quick, because as soon as you hit a hurdle, and trust me, there's going to be a lot of hurdles, you're gonna want to quit because it's not going your way and you're not making quick money. It's not a short-term game you're playing here, it's a long-term game. Yes, some dropshippers do find success straight away, but not all of them. It's more of a long-term game, believe me. That's why 99% of the people that start dropshipping fail, because it all stems back to their mindset. With the right mindset, that is what's gonna keep you going strong, and it's gonna get you through those tough times when times look dark. Another thing I need to address with mindset is money. Yes, it's a business, a real business model. That means you are going to have to spend some of your money. If you're the type of person to wear £1,000 worth of shoes, but then not put £1,000 into your business, then I'm sorry, but business is just not for you. Because I'm seeing a lot of people saying that they don't have enough money to start dropshipping, yet they have £1,000 worth of shoes on their feet. And I'm just sat there like, what? The second thing you're obviously going to need is your store. I highly recommend you use Shopify. Shopify just seems so much more integrated with dropshipping than any other e-commerce platform. Shopify is so integrated, in fact, it seems like it was made for dropshippers and for dropshipping. I know there's gonna be a lot of people sat there watching this thinking, I don't know how to build a website. But if you was really serious about this business model, you would get up and do something about it. You'd go out there and search on YouTube how to set up a Shopify store. There are tons of videos on how to do that, step by step. Go out there, take the initiative and learn yourselves, guys. I was in the same boat as you, believe me. I used to suck at building Shopify stores. Now I have my own design agency that builds Shopify stores for clients. I will be making step-by-step tutorials on how to build Shopify stores if you guys need that, if you guys want that. But in the meantime, if you really need a store built that quickly, hit me up and we can get you a store built in no time flat. The store is very important. It's where you're going to be taking your customers, where your customers going to be seen. It's where your customers are going to be buying your products. It's where you're going to be running your business basically. So you do want to take your time, not too much time building it. You just want to get products out there quickly as you can. But don't make your stores look too scammy, guys. I see a lot of scammy stores that just look trash. Please, at least take a little bit of time on your store. I highly suggest you build out your stores on a 14-day free trial before you actually buy the plan. Make sure your store is up and running perfectly and smoothly before you go live and buy the actual plan. And please make sure you run a little order test on your own store, like a practice order, just so that everything's, again, super perfect. Just double check real quick. If you guys do want a 14-day free trial with Shopify, click the first link in my description. I'll hook you up with that. The best advice I can give you with building your store is don't take too much time. Don't try and make everything perfect right from the get-go. Just build a store, get products out there, get testing. You want to be testing products as fast as you can, guys. The third thing you crucially need will be your Shopify apps. These are my personal 5 best go-to apps whenever I'm building a store. I'll be breaking down the top 10 apps in a future video, but for now, here are my top 5. Number 1 is the app called Oberlo. Oberlo is basically a app that is free that allows you to import and fulfill orders with AliExpress in literally 1 click. It saved me hours on end. Can you imagine how long it would take to manually import all your products, product pictures, then write out descriptions for those products? Whereas Oberlo, you click 1 button and it imports the product for you with all the product images, all that good stuff. Not only that, but it allows you to fulfill orders in literally 1 click. Can you imagine how long it would take you to fill out and fulfill 1,000 orders in a day? Like, it saves time, guys, and it's free, no brainer. The second app I highly recommend is a app called Hurify. Hurify is a countdown timer that goes on your product page, and it shows you a decreasing number of time basically. So it shows your customers when the sale is going to end, which creates urgency, and it shows the number of stock remaining, and it decreases number by number. So basically it creates scarcity and urgency at the same time. This essentially creates impulse buyers, which will increase your conversion rate. Absolutely beautiful app, guys. The third app I have recently discovered and fell in love with is an app called Better Shipping. Better Shipping basically allows you to set a specific shipping cost for a specific item. It's so much more quicker than setting up weight-based shipping rates on Shopify, which is a complete headache, by the way, you guys. Because if you have 3+ shipping items and normal retail priced items with actual shipping costs on them, it gets a little bit confusing and tedious trying to sort out all your different shipping rates. Whereas Better Shipping is nice, simple and quick, saves you hours of time. I think it's like $14.99, but it's worth every penny. The fourth app you're going to need is an app called Abandonment Protector Plus. This is basically an app that allows you to chase up and recover abandoned carts. So what I mean by that is, especially when you're drop shipping 3+ shipping items, you're going to get a lot of customers that have added to cart but then abandoned after they've seen those big shipping prices. Ain't nobody trying to pay $14.99 for shipping, so they do abandon cart. You will get a lot of abandoned carts. So this app basically chases up and sends a sequence of emails to people who have come to your store, added the product to their cart, but then failed to check out. So this is a very handy app because it will allow you to recover sales. The app actually comes with pre-written email templates that you can change if you want to. That'll take like literally 2 minutes of your time. You can then set the time of when you want these emails to be sent out after the person abandons cart. So for example, if you set one email to get sent out after 10 minutes, another one to get sent out after 3 hours, and another one after 24 hours, the customer who abandoned their cart will then receive an email after 10 minutes after they abandoned their cart, another email after 3 hours after they abandoned their cart, and another one after 24 hours after they abandoned their cart. I hope you get where I'm coming from here. And what's beautiful about this app is that it saves your customers' cart details. So when the customer does get this email, opens it, clicks the email, it will take them right back to their cart and what they had in their cart, so they can easily check out real quick. Not to mention that these email sequences get sent out automatically for you after you set them up. The aim with this app is to offer little incentives here and there to basically bring back the customer that has abandoned their cart so you can recover more sales. It's absolutely crucial, you guys. You're leaving a lot of money on the table without using this app, believe me. The fifth app I highly recommend is MailChimp. MailChimp is basically a email autoresponder client. So basically you use it for all your email marketing. You create email flows and you basically hit up customers just so you can keep in the back of their head, keep them seeing your brand and stuff. It's absolutely crucial. Email marketing alone can increase profit margins by 30%. The question is, why wouldn't you use it? The fourth thing you're going to need on this checklist is a domain name. You should already have a domain name down before you even start a store or a brand name. You can use websites such as Namecheck to check if the domain name you want is available. Please do not run your store on the .myshopify domain name. It just looks so bad, so scammy. It's not trustworthy and it will kill your conversion rates, believe me, guys. I highly recommend you use a .com domain. They tend to work a little bit better from my experience, But worst case scenario, if you can't get the .com, use a .co. I personally use GoDaddy to register my domains because they are quick and easy with your domains. You can have your domain connected in literally a couple of clicks, up and running in a couple of minutes, literally. Domains themselves aren't very expensive. I think I paid around 10 to 15, maybe $30 max for a domain. The fifth thing you're going to need on this list is your products. You're going to need to learn how to pick products, do your product research, and do your market research. Because it doesn't matter if you're the king of marketing, the king of sales. If you haven't got a good product, you're just not gonna go anywhere. If you don't know how to pick products, I recommend you go to YouTube and search how to do that. YouTube will teach you everything. That's how I've managed to learn dropshipping on my own. I said this in my last video, but it's a really important point. You are going to need to be able to do your product research and your market research to understand your audience fully. That way you can really connect with them and empathize with them, feel their emotions, and really understand their wants and their needs. To start a store, there's not really a specific number of products you need to import onto your store to be successful. I've literally seen stores with one single product making 100K in a month. But to keep your mind at ease, I recommend you start with 10, maybe 20 products. That should give you a real solid base to go out there and start testing your products in your store. The sixth thing on this list that you're going to need is a social media account of some sort. Please try to make your social media account the same name as your brand name and your store name, because then it keeps it congruent throughout and it looks clean and it looks nice. There are ways to dropship without having a social media account, but trust me, it makes the whole process a lot easier, especially when you're trying to build a brand around a product, which is what you really want to be doing to stand out and differentiate yourself from other dropshippers. Because then once you start driving traffic from Instagram influencers to your actual Instagram page, you'll start to gain followers and you'll start to build your own brand, which is absolutely key, because then you'll start to build your own audience. And when you build your own audience, you can literally do whatever you want. You have power now. You have followers, you have fans, whatever you want to call them. The good thing about having an audience is that if that social media account goes down, you still have this audience to go and say, hey guys, Instagram's going down, come and follow me on Twitter instead, and they'll go and do that. Building a brand is key, guys. Building a brand is everything with dropshipping. This is how you're going to stand out from the rest of the people who are dropshipping. If you're not on social media to make money, then what the hell are you doing on social media? The words of my uncle Ty Lopez, I always have that in the back of my head. Last but certainly not least in the slightest is marketing. Marketing is all about being able to tell your brand story, connect with your audience, being able to pull on their emotional and logical strings. So just an example off the top of my head, if your product is a solution-based product, basically it solves a problem, like the shower hole hair stopper. So like when you're in the shower and you shave, there's a little product that stops the hairs from blocking up the drainage, which is a big problem. You then need to market your product so that it touches the logical sides of your audience's brains. So you could talk about how your product will help them save money in the long run, because it will stop them from blocking up their drain and having to hire a plumber to come and unblock the drain every 6 or 12 months or whatever time frame it is. So then if the product is cheaper than the actual plumber solution, then it makes sense to buy your product, because it's going to save them money in the long run. This is what you need to be doing in your marketing. And if you have a product such as the luminescent dog vest that's going around and is quite popular on AliExpress, then you can touch on the emotional strings of your customers. You could then market this product by touching on the emotional triggers and say stuff like, did you know X amount of dogs each year die from being hit by a car at night because they can't be seen? Then you could go on to say, please don't let this be your dog. Our product actually offers a solution for this problem. I guarantee you, you will get dog owners pull out their credit cards so fast, because obviously they don't want their dog to die. You've touched on their emotional triggers. They love their dog, they don't want anything bad to happen, and they certainly don't want their dog being hit at night just because they can't be seen, when they could have spent $14 on your vest and kept them alive. That's how your marketing should work. You need to touch on their logical and emotional sides of their brains. Marketing is absolutely crucial, you guys, and it will take a little bit of time to get, but in time it will eventually come. And not only that, you will start to develop your own little unique flavor and style of marketing, which gives you your own angle of marketing, if you will, which helps you stand out and differentiate from other dropshippers. Anyway, those are the 7 main things you really need in order to start dropshipping, in my opinion. I hope you've all enjoyed today's video and gained a little bit of insight from its content. If you have, please drop a like, it helps me out a ton. And if you haven't already, please join the family by hitting that big beautiful subscribe button below. Peace.